Ladies and gentlemen, good day and welcome to the Frog Cellsat Limited Q4 and FY24 earnings conference call hosted by Vinstra Securities Limited. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in the listen-only mode, and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during the conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star and then 0 on your touch-tone phone. Please note that this conference is being recorded. The company is today represented by Mr. Vipin Yadav, Mr. Konark Trivedi, Managing Director, and Mr. Charanjit Kalra, Chief Financial Officer of the company. I would now like to hand over the call to Mr. Trivedi for his opening remarks. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us today for this conference call. I, along with our CFO, Mr. CJ Kalra, welcome you all to our financial year 24 earnings call. Today, we have gathered to discuss the journey of Frog Cellsat Limited, vision for the future, and the key drivers that have propelled us to success. As you know, FCL is a growing company, and we have been in the industry for more than 19 years. From humble beginnings, we have evolved into a leading design house and manufacturer of radio frequency equipment, catering to the diverse needs of mobile networks from 2G to 5G and beyond. Our products are not just components, they are the backbone of telecom towers and public safety networks, ensuring seamless connectivity and reliability for millions of users worldwide. With over 20+ products in our offerings, ranging from RF repeaters to antennas, we have established ourselves as a comprehensive solution provider in the RF equipment domain. But our journey doesn't end with products. We are committed to providing end-to-end solutions, offering services such as in-building coverage planning, design, and installation services to mobile operators. Our dedication to excellence extends to our manufacturing facility in Noida, equipped with the state-of-the-art technology to ensure the highest quality standards. Looking at our performance in financial year 24, our revenue stood at rupees 1,577.33 million for financial year 24, as compared to rupees 1,351.89 million in financial year 23. This growth was driven by increasing thrust on investing in technologically sound telephony infrastructure by leading telecom operators, led by healthy demand for data and voice services. Our adjusted EBITDA stood at INR 218.53 million in financial year 24, with margin stood at 13.85%. Our PAT stood at INR 155.19 million for financial year 24, and margins stood at 9.84%. Now on the business update. During the financial year, we moved to our new state-of-the-art 1.6 lakh square feet facility in Noida. This has centralized and consequently streamlined our operations, ensuring greater agility in execution under one roof. Talking about our achievement during Q4 financial year 24, we are delighted to share a couple of notable milestones that underscore our dedication to advancing and innovating. Firstly, we are happy to share that we have successfully welcomed Jio, Tejas, ITI Limited, Indus, and Crest Digital as our valued customer. Secondly, we have concluded trials for our interference mitigation system, and we anticipate finalizing commercial agreements with operators soon. Furthermore, we are proud to announce the addition of 7 new products in our portfolio, led by our continuous focus to develop R&D-led products. These products are used across various applications in telecom infra equipments like mobile networks, railway communication networks, and metros and airports. Alongside these achievements, the company has successfully secured orders from key partners, evident in our robust order book position, which stood at substantial rupees 610 million as of March 31st, 2024. In conclusion, FCL's future looks bright as the industry is going through a major CapEx uptake, and we will be incrementally contributing to this by our innovative products. We are well prepared to capitalize on the numerous growth prospects that await us and are confident in our ability to expand our operations while providing value to our stakeholders. We thank our board, management, employees, partners, and shareholders for their unwavering trust. Together, we plan to deliver solid performance and reliable growth for FCL. I thank you for your time, and I'm happy to answer any questions you may have. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now begin the question and answer session. If you have a question, please press star and 1 on your telephone keypad and wait for your turn to ask the question. If you would like to withdraw your request, you may do so by pressing star and 1 again. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have any question, please press star and 1 on your telephone keypad. We will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. First question comes from Rupesh Kumar, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Hello. Are you able to hear me? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. My question is on the. Can you let me know the reason for the low employee expenses in Q4 2024 as compared to, Q3 or Q4 of 2023? The employee expenses are 1.6 crore as compared to 5.2 for Q3 and 4.3 for the last quarter, Q4 2023.
Right. Thanks, Mr. Rupesh. There is noise coming in the background, so if you can mute it. Yeah. So, Mr. Rupesh, the reason for this is what we have done in Q4 is we have capitalized our R&D manpower expense because, to take R&D expense as part of our PLI investment, there is a need to capitalize those expenses. So in the last quarter, we have capitalized our R&D manpower expense, which is that's the reason why it is showing as reduction in employee cost.
Is this going to be the norm going forward?
Yes, it will be like this. Yeah.
Okay. And in the same vein, can you explain the reason? Is this moved to the higher other expenditure in Q4? Because the other expenditure in Q4 is higher, like 4.1 CR as compared to 1.8 CR in the last quarter.
Right. So it is primarily due to the services cost. So we provide installation services as well. It's basically because of increase in that cost, which we have adjusted for the last 3 quarters also in this quarter.
Okay. Last 3 quarters cost has been adjusted in this quarter, right?
Yes.
Okay. And also, sir, if you can explain to me the business outlook for your various segments like 5G, defense, and mobile network sectors. What is the opportunity size you anticipate, and how will Frog be able to capture it going forward? And also with regards to your order book of 61 crores, over what period will this be executed, and how do you anticipate the order book going forward?
Look, we are seeing a lot of growth coming in the mobile segment going forward, especially related to in-building solutions. The companies who are providing in-building coverage, like Indus or Crest or IBUS, they have, forecasted a big growth and undertaken big targets for themselves in this year, which are multifold of what they did last year. So this is one segment where we are seeing a lot of growth area coming in. Second is now with Vodafone Idea getting their funding done, we are expecting them to invest a lot in their 4G network upgrade. And Vodafone is already our current customer, but the business was pretty low from them so far. So we expect decent growth in that in this year. Defense segment is a bit slow and takes longer time. So we are not too excited, frankly, on that side as of now. And the other part of the growth which we are seeing is should come from our VHF solution which we have developed for railways. That should be so it's kind of a bit of diversification also from just focusing on mobile operators. So we are adding on solutions for railways. Then another growth area which we are seeing is from our interference mitigation solution. As we mentioned that the trials have been now done, and now we are at the commercial negotiation phase, and we are expecting a closure soon. One more thing which we are now going to do pretty soon over the next few months is investing in SMT line, which will get into our manufacturing as a service business. So it's a PCB assembly line. That's the first step for manufacturing as a service. So that will again further give us more diversification, because once we do PCB, then we can do it for not just telecom but for any industry. So these are few growth areas which we are seeing in this year.
Thanks for the detailed answer, sir. Just one last question. With regards to this other income of 2.4 crores, is that related to the PLI benefits in some way, or?
No, that is related to the sale of Dehradun property.
Sorry, I missed that. Can you repeat that?
That's coming from the sale of Dehradun property. We had a plant in Dehradun which we closed.
Yeah.
And so,
I got it. Okay, got it. And when do you expect this PLI benefits to flow into the income statement, from which year, sir?
Okay, so PLI benefits is already, we are receiving PLI benefits already. So it was part of this year financials also. So we are already receiving that.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Thanks a lot for your detailed answer.
Thank you.
That's it from my side. Thank you.
Thank you. Next question comes from Varun Mohan Raj, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Good afternoon. Thank you for the opportunity. So in the presentation, in the slide number 9, we have mentioned the different sectors which we cater to. So if you could give me a rough ballpark, mix between the different customers like telecom operators, equipment, in-building IBS, large developers, defense and government. Can you give a rough in percentage way?
Hello, Varun. Thank you for the question. See, we have not classified our revenues in these segments, but primarily our 70% plus revenues do come from mobile operators. So this is just to give you an idea. So yeah.
Okay. And you just mentioned about getting into manufacturing as a service, and I think to the previous participants you were mentioning about the PCB assembly part. So generally we see the EMS industry doing PCB to be very low on margins, like 6-7% EBITDA. So So are we getting into similar kind, or are we doing some ODM kind of manufacturing, I mean, original design manufacturing, and what kind of margins do you expect in this kind of manufacturing as a service business?
Right. So you are right. This will be a start of our EMS business. So we'll be doing EMS business. And yes, in EMS business, the margins are pretty on the lower side than what we are used to. But that is going to be an add-on business. It's not a replacement business. It's going to be an add-on business. It's an additional revenue for us, and we'll be treating it as a separate line of business altogether.
Okay, sure. And lastly, I think in the last year, final quarter, we have spoken about defense projects like AVM, and we've been developing it. So any update on the commercialization of that product, and also are there any more defense projects taken up currently?
As I mentioned, the defense, we are seeing pretty slow movement. And company like us, in our DNA, it is like, we build solution. We are hungry for business market. So, but I think defense moves bit slow, bit in a different way. So it's not moving as we expected it to. It's moving slow. So to be fair, our focus is not so much on the defense as of now. We are doing it, but not with so much focus.
Okay. And lastly,
it's not one of the very large growth areas which we are seeing for us.
Sure. Thank you. And lastly, regarding the BSNL 4G project, we've, I think, mentioned in the past about having 100 crore run rate, and we've been in talks and close to finalization. Can you update us on that project?
Yeah. So supplies have already started. To Tejas, we are already supplying some parts. But as you know, BSNL is also moving very slow. Like in the press, it was towards the end of March. It was so that they have deployed only about 3,000 sites till then. So the rollout is bit slow there so far. I think that pace it should pick up, and it should evolve. Yeah.
Okay. One final question, if I can. So in the past, we have given a very long-term guidance of 500 crore revenue in 4 years. Do we stick to it, or is there any changes to it?
Yes. So I've also told that, from the things which we have been doing, they will not let us reach to 500 crores. They will give us nominal growth. So we have to do something, new to get to that number. And we are so things like interference mitigation solution is one of them, which will make us reach there. Things like EMS service is one of the things that will make us reach there. And more such additions is going to take us and lead to that point.
Okay. Thank you.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you. Next question comes from Ritesh, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Good afternoon, sir, and thank you for this opportunity. Mr. Konark, can you hear me?
Yes, Mr.
Hello.
Ritesh, yes.
Yeah. My first question is about our outgoing CEO, Mr. Pankaj Gandhi. Leaving the company in a very short time. So what is the succession plan, or then again you will be coming back to as a driver's seat? How would that be?
Yeah, Mr. Ritesh. So, yes, it's unfortunate that Pankaj has left us in a short time. So now I have taken over back as CEO position as well. So I'll be taking care of that till the time we go for someone else for CEO position.
And one more question is about the railway equipment, what you mentioned. So what is exactly that, and which area of the railways would that product be going into it?
So look, all the railway communication that happens, they have a dedicated network of on VHF frequencies. So all the train communication happens on VHF. So what we have developed is a solution which is VHF repeaters and as well as VHF DAS equipment. So all these stations or tunnels, they need this communication equipment which we have developed.
So when can we expect the first order, or do we already have the order from railways?
No, we don't have the order. The product has just been developed. Now we are in the process of taking it for approval to railways. So and then we have to participate in tenders. So although in some tenders we have already participated, which are under evaluation. So, but to be fair, I think it'll take couple of quarters before we can see the business.
Okay. And last question, sir. Of late, we are seeing substantial volumes getting traded for FCL in the stock market. It's something market expecting, or we are planning something which would like to share?
Look, we work very transparently with our investors and shareholders. Everything is already communicated what we are, and I've just told what upside we are seeing from where we are seeing upside coming in. So I think our investors are picking up from the clues that we are giving. Like a lot of uptake is seen in IBS work from the plants of Crest, Indus, IBUS, and companies like that. We are expecting uptake from Vodafone investment in their 4G network upgrade. Then we are about to close on interference mitigation solution. That's what is expected. Then our new investment for EMS facility. That's another thing. So these are, so we have been very transparently sharing all these informations in our regular releases. And I think that's what is exciting the investors.
Thank you, sir. I'm done with the questions. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Thank you. I request the participants to restrict with 2 questions in the initial round and join back the queue for more questions. Next question comes from Tushar Agathe from Kamayakya Wealth Management. Please go ahead.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir. Thank you for the opportunity. Sir, on the slide number 15, you have mentioned the past year initiatives and the current year, what are your plans? So I just wanted to know, in the past product like the DAS for railways, VHF, any soft order booking do you see, or what kind of, in terms of a percentage of your revenue, how are you seeing that? And also in the plans of FY24, you have mentioned about the smart meters. So how do you see this both panning out in terms of revenue contribution for next 2 to 3 years?
Hello, Tusharji. So Tusharji, see, as I mentioned, in-building solution is something where we are seeing a lot of uptake. And DAS, cellular DAS is basically part of that. Even, repeaters is part of that. And this is a new thing what we have come out with, the smart repeaters for smart meters. So basically what is happening in a smart meter case, in a lot of places, these smart meters are installed in basement areas or in areas which are not reachable, dark areas, we say them, where there is actually, in many times, there is no signal which reaches a smart meter. And if a smart meter doesn't get mobile signal, it doesn't remain smart. right? So operators are looking for solution for such cases, and we have developed a solution for that. So this is what we have mentioned is smart meters, smart repeater for smart meters. So yes, this is one big segment where we are seeing expecting decent growth in this year.
Sir, any numbers to that, like in percentage terms of a revenue, maybe for next 2 to 3 years from the segment, new products?
Look, it's hard to tell the numbers, revenue, but this is one area which is we are expecting substantial growth.
Fair enough, sir. And sir, in regards to the order book of BSNL, are you seeing that fructifying in FY25, or are you seeing again to get it delayed?
Look, this it should happen. It should happen this year because they have delayed the rollout last year, but we are expecting that rollout should happen this year. So yes, the number should come up from BSNL also.
Fair enough, sir. And sir, in the investor presentation, you mentioned about the $5 billion opportunity. And what would be our industry shares, like the products Cellsat made from that total big pie? What would be our share, like our industry share?
Our industry share from that should be typically, from the products that we make, should be around 10%. Typically, what we do gets 10%. Most of the 70% of any investment in network goes to big companies like Ericsson, Nokia, Samsung.
And sir, any guidance for this year are you seeing?
Look, we have not come out with the number. We are still trying to consolidate the inputs from the market. How a lot of things are happening at current times. So maybe, by along with Q1 results, we'll be giving some guidance.
Fair enough, sir. I'll get back to you.
Right. Thanks, Tushar.
Thank you. Next question comes from Rajakumar Vaidyanathan, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Yeah, good afternoon. Congrats for the good set of numbers. Sir, the first question is, what is the revenue and margin guidance for FY25?
Look, as I answered in my last question, we are still working on gathering on a lot of inputs from the market because things are changing very dynamically, and especially with this Vodafone Idea, FPO. It's pretty dynamic. So give us time, and we will be sharing some forecast along with Q1 results.
Okay. And just a couple of housekeeping questions. So I just want to know what is the PLI benefit booked in Q4 and under which is it sitting in your net sales income from operation line item?
Yes, it's sitting with the income from operation line item, yeah.
And what is the amount of benefit we booked?
We have about 2.7 crore.
2.7 crores. Okay. And the R&D capitalization also happened in Q4. That is why your employee cost is abnormally low compared to the previous quarters.
Right. Exactly.
That is also about 2 crores, right?
That is so the employee cost of R&D, I think that's about 1.7 or 1.8 crore, which has been capitalized.
Okay. And go forward, it will get normalized, or you will be doing this in Q4 of every financial year?
That is something, we need to see what happens is there is some investment commitment that we have to meet to qualify for a PLI incentive. So usually, that number gets done only till in that last quarter. So suppose, let's say we have to invest 5 crores in a year. So that 5 crore mark, unless it is done, that PLI is not qualified. right? So that's the reason why we are adding it up only in, or we're getting qualified to get added into Q4 only.
Okay. Got it, sir. Thanks.
And just to add to on this particular R&D expenses are basically for the future projects. The projects are going on to develop the product, so the benefits are going to come. So for accounting principle, this needs to be capitalized also. Just for information.
Yeah. I understand. Because, it's kind of making the numbers work. So just want to understand what is the steady state.
Yes.
Thank you. All the very best.
Thank you. Next question comes from Rahil Shah from Crown Capital. Please go ahead.
Yes. Hi, sir. Good afternoon. This order book of 61 crores. So is there a certain execution timeline for it? How much will you be executing during the year? Will it be majority of the portion or much before than that, like before the complete, let's say, the end of Q3? And then also about the deal pipeline, how much will you be adding during the course, as you keep executing this current order book? So if you can provide a direction and some outlook there.
Look, our order book is we have been declaring our order book number on each quarter. And if you notice it's being, almost consistent in this range. So typically, although the execution part of order book depends primarily on the rollout of operator. So operator loads the orders and then, it asks for material as and when they need it for the rollout. So this is how it is. And then, this is at the start of the year, which we have order book of 61 crores. And then, we keep getting orders each week. So which keeps adding the number. So it's a constant process, so there is no specific timeline which I can mention to you. But if you see the trend, then this is the trend which we have for last few quarters.
Okay, but like in terms of value, you keep adding every week, you said, but what kind of a size you foresee? Or is it difficult to take a guess on that? Like because you are waiting for tenders and deals.
Right.
Does it work like that? Like you bidding and then you get orders confirmed. So do you see a general value throughout the year? Like okay, by the end of the year, it could be this much, or this is how much you're bidding for, and we can this percentage we can buy or something like that.
Right. So yes, I know a lot of companies do that they are bidding in a tender, and there's a probability that they come out with, that kind of thing, a number, projected number. And that's what I've been saying. Give us time till Q1, along with Q1 results, we'll be giving you projection. We'll have more clarity on because there are certain things which are, in the pipeline or in the discussion, will give us more clarity.
Right. Okay, no issues. But you do see the market is the opportunities in the market quite big. So the pool is quite big, right, for you to grasp on.
Exactly.
Oh, perfect. Okay, thank you and all the best.
Thanks.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have any question, please press star and 1 on your telephone keypad. I repeat, ladies and gentlemen, if you have any question, please press star and 1 on your telephone keypad. We have a follow-up question from Ritesh, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Sorry, Mr. Konak, I missed one question from last time. My question is about 70% of the revenue coming from telecom. And every day we see something happening in telecom industry, some other developments. Just to make a competitive analysis, out of that 70%, who are the top 3 competition for HCL, and who are our top 3 customers for telecom set business?
Look, our competitors include companies like Pros Technologies, then there is Huber and Schöner, which is there. Then there is RV Telecom, which is there. So these companies are there, who are, although, for different product lines, there are different competition, which varies, but primarily you can take these companies as mainly common factor. And our biggest customer is Airtel.
Airtel, okay. And how about Tejas? How big is Tejas as our customer?
Tejas is there, but it's still relatively small, I'll say.
Okay, and Jio?
Jio, we have started, as a customer, we've started with Jio only in last quarter. So it's building up.
All right. Because I just learned from my sources that we have deployed some engineering team at Jio sites as well. Is that correct?
Yes. So we do some work for Jio in services also. So that might be the case which you might have learned.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Pong.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have any question, please press star and 1 on your telephone keypad. Next question comes from Yogan Seshwan from Mittal Analytics Private Limited. Please go ahead.
Yep. Thank you for the opportunity. So, Konark sir, just a follow-up on the Reliance order that you mentioned. Could you possibly share the number which we supplied last quarter? And going forward, what is the kind of order book that we are expecting from them?
Yeah. Hi, Yogansh. Yogansh, I think it was about 1 crore kind of thing, the business that we did with them last quarter. So it's still significantly small, but yeah, it's a start point. So that's where it is. We have a lot more to build up here.
Absolutely, sir. And sir, in terms of the technology that the Reliance would be using in their infrastructure versus what an Airtel is using, how different are they? And in terms of the product basket that we have, how prepared are we to supply to Reliance if they convert us to a vendor with more order size?
Look, we have plenty of capacity, and especially, with now moving into the new facility, we have good possibility to increase our capacities to the level that we would like to. So yes, we can meet any demands coming in from our way.
Got it, sir. And sir, lastly, on the capacity, the point you were touching, so just if you could elaborate, because last time we had planned for a capacity expansion, and phase 2 was, I suppose, pending, and we had delayed it a bit because of the operators not coming up with aggressive orders. So in FY25, do we plan to complete that?
You mean the building part?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So building part is completed. So the phase 2 building is already constructed, and it's done. So that part is completed.
Okay. And in terms of plant addition, that we will take up as in when the orders start flowing in?
Yes, exactly.
Got it, sir. Got it. And sir, currently the capacity that we have, what would be the utilization of it? Is it possible to quantify that in our field of industry, or it's difficult?
It's actually very difficult because what we need is, for any capacity thing is the space and the machines and the manpower. Now currently we are using manpower mostly in the single shift. And if in case there is a surge in requirements, where we need to
We can increase the shift. Okay.
Yeah, we go to 2 shifts. But in case it is required, we can run 3 shifts, and we can run 3 shifts continuously, right? So it's a factor of that.
Understood, sir. All right, sir. Thank you. Those are my questions, and I'll get back in the queue. All the best to you.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you. We have a follow-up question from Tushar Agate from Kamayakya Wealth Management. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thanks for the follow-up. Just wanted to understand, like currently who are serving the railway gas for the underground metros and all?
Sorry, Tushar, I couldn't understand your question. Can you repeat, please?
In your line of business, the product which you are making, like railway gas and all, so currently who are catering to the need of the Indian Railways?
Right. So there are a few multinational companies, who have been providing this solution to them. Like there is Maven Wireless or there is Cobham. So those companies have been so far catering to that requirement.
And sir, what is the value proposition like to complete those all?
Look, value proposition is number one now in all the government projects. They need Make in India solution. And second is there is also restriction that they need Make in India with a local content of more than 50%. Right? So that gives us an edge over anyone else.
Got it, sir. And sir, how big is the market like this as railway ties and also the repeater of smart meter? Like both markets, can you just quantify?
Look, the railway DAS market, railway solution, this VHF repeater, those projects can run into 50 to 100 crores opportunity. A smart meter thing is we are still working around with operators and smart meter manufacturers. So we are still to get how many of those sites what they are deploying face the signal issue. So that number is still not, we are not still sure about that, what can be that potential number.
Okay, sir. And sir, post these 2-3 quarters which you mentioned earlier, do you see the good revenue to come because the opportunity is huge in the railway solution?
Which solution, sorry?
So in the railway solution, you mentioned about, you given some numbers, the opportunity seems to be huge. So in the 2-3 quarters, are you seeing any revenue coming in?
Yes, hopefully yes. Hopefully yes.
Fair. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. We have a follow-up question from Rahil Shah from Crown Capital. Please go ahead.
Yes, hi. Thank you again. Just before you mentioned about something like reaching 500 crores in 4 years. So if we focus on that, it's a pretty big number, right? And you said you need to keep adding new verticals or new businesses. But if we focus on the current order book, 61 crores, meager order book, it just won't cut it, right? We need a massive order book to reach there. So what are your plans? I mean, if you can just walk us through that, how do you expect to scale up significantly so as to reach a certain target? And what new verticals do you add which will help us get there?
Right. So, look, I mentioned, earlier also that from our current business, what we are doing, current products, they will keep giving us nominal growth, maybe 20%, 25% here and there. But to reach to that 500 crores target, we have to do something new. Now the new part, what we already have is one is this interference mitigation solution. That is something which can convert into big numbers because that requirement is big. Second is EMS services which we are adding to our portfolio. That definitely will make this number look very small. Then we are getting into some new products like ONU. So ONU is used, for internet connectivity, optical fiber connectivity, and it's the way internet is expanding, you need millions of ONU, and that is something which can make the number very big. So these are kind of products which will make us reach there.
So, no, I understand these products will make us reach there, and you say big numbers, but what kind of a number do you expect? If you can just provide it as a you can say, let's say, direction. So just to understand, I mean, when you say big, what is
right.
big?
Look,
interference when you say can give big numbers.
We are looking for 500 crores as of now, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you're saying the verticals you mentioned will take you there?
Yes.
Oh, okay. But my question is, by when you see them scale up at such a level, will it be in a year or so, or it'll be like it'll be gradual progress?
So all these three things what I mentioned to you, this is going to happen over next couple of quarters. They're going to start in next.
Okay, so the journey for them will start within a couple of quarters, and then eventually they will.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Okay, makes sense. Okay, thank you so much.
Thanks.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have any question, please press star and 1 on your telephone keypad. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have any question, please press star and 1 on your telephone keypad. There are no further questions. Now I hand over the floor to Mr. Trivedi for closing comments.
Thank you. We thank all the participants for attending this session. We believe that we have satisfactorily run you through our company and financials and addressed every arising questions thereon put upon the floor by the participants. We continue to see growth in our broad product portfolio and witness a strong momentum across our business, supported by R&D and other strategic initiatives. We remain focused on bringing new products, exploring new markets, and creating value for our stakeholders. Please follow up with Investor Relations team, Kunal Shah, Naman Maheshwari, Active IR, if you have any question which weren't covered up in the session, and hope you have a great day ahead. Thank you once again. Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes your conference for today. Thank you for your participation. You may disconnect your lines now. Thank you and have a good day.